Well, first of all, on behalf of Conwy Service, can I welcome you all to Abergele Community Centre. It's really nice to see so many of you here today, and so many organisations that work with children and people, because I think in these very difficult times, the more we can actually get together, share our resources and see what we're all doing, the better really. The main task this afternoon is introduced to you something that I've known for quite a long time actually, too long really. I'm very conscious of my grey hair, so I hope you're not filming too much of the grey hair there, Joy, because I've known Keith for a very long time. I first met Keith when we were on the board of the Wales Youth Agency many moons ago. Yeah, and
that was painful.
It was very painful at the time actually. But we've both moved on since then, and Keith, as you all know, is the Children's Commissioner for Wales. We were very sort of ahead of anybody else, I think, in the UK to actually establish a Commissioner's office for Wales. And Keith is our second Commissioner, and he's doing a sterling job. But we're very, very pleased to have him here today, because we're going to launch our media guide that has been developed by the Children and People's Partnership. So over to you, Keith.
Okay, thank you, Jane. Thank you everybody for the invitation, for being here today. Just walked straight into the limelight, got blasted. We're being filmed, which is lovely. Thank you for the opportunity to be filmed, and from the head up rather than from the feet, if you would mind. My name's Keith, I'm the Children's Commissioner. My job, as Jane says, is to promote and safeguard the rights and welfare of children and young people. You know, Wales is a country that believes in children and young people, says that the UN Convention on the Rights of the Child is the central principle upon which we will deliver all of our services for children and young people. You know, sometimes we can be a bit dismissive sometimes of who we are and what we do, but in relation to children's rights, Wales is doing a really good job. And part of the reason that I wanted to be here today was just to try to reflect a bit on some of the things that you've been doing locally, particularly on the Youth Council, about how children and young people are portrayed in the media. And the reason that I'm interested in this is because children and young people have spoken to me about their portrayals in the media ever since I've been the Commissioner, and I've been the Commissioner now for 5 years. So young people in particular talk very strongly about feeling angry when the media portray them as hoodies, as young people running around with knives, as young people who are going to create problems in communities up and down the land, when all of us know that the opposite is the truth. That children and young people contribute fantastic things in their families, in their communities, in their education lives, they do volunteering, and we as a society don't recognise that strongly enough. And as the Children's Commissioner, my job is to speak out on behalf of children and young people and use the national media when I can. But in terms of influencing, actually one of the most important tools is getting local media to respond positively, which is why I was really interested for the film in holding up this guide and saying this is a fantastic resource. Because sometimes we say, yeah, let's engage with the media, but it's actually quite a scary thing to do. I've just had a quick look at the steps that you've got in here about drafting press releases, talking to local press, building up relationships with journalists, being prepared, get your message over, always talk about the power of three. If you're going to say something, and you're going to say something powerfully, the power of three works. And do you know why I know that? Because Ginster's Pasties had the best marketing I've ever seen. It said, Ginster's Pasties aren't full of horses. No, it didn't say that. It said, Ginster's Pasties is good, honest food. 1, 2, 3. Even I can remember that all those years later. And that's the thing that you need to remember about the press and the media. They're only interested in 3 key messages at any time. So when you want to think about engaging with the media, give them 3 things. Give them lots of positive photographs, give them lots of great things, but only give them 3 things at a time. Because actually they can't cope with more than that. So give them 3 things, remember the power of 3. And the other thing that I thought would be really good to develop a relationship with you about is making sure that people across the whole of Wales are doing positive things about promoting positive images of children and young people. Some of you might have seen that we've launched a campaign called See Me or Dyma Fi, and that's about trying to get Wales as a country, with the national media, with the BBC, with ITV, with S4C and others, recognising what you're trying to do here locally, which is that this is all about promoting positive images of children and young people, giving them more credit for the things that they achieve, and for saying that Wales as a country respects its children and young people. So thank you for the opportunity to be here today. Thank you for the opportunity to be filmed. It's great to be here to launch this, and I'll be really interested to hear in a year's time how this is being used, because actually this is fantastic, but it's only good if we all go off and do something with it. So thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.